Alright, Unisport fam, today I'm teaching you 3 ways to level up your Akka 3000. Let's get into it. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 insane variations of the classic Akka 3000. However, first, let's break down the skill move quickly so you can get it down. Step 1 for the Akka 3000 is to put your strong foot on the ball. We're going to flick the ball up. We're going to aim to have it on our right side if we're right-footed, and we're going to have it come waist height. Just like so. For step 2, after we flick the ball up, we're going to plant our strong foot, lift our weak, and you're going to notice that I'm going to bend this knee. Super important. We're then going to point out our leg, and we're going to let the ball land on our calf. We're then going to turn, and as we do so, in the final step, we're going to fully extend our weak foot, and we're going to finish by kicking it with our laces and finishing the Akka. So we're going to go flick up, calf touch, turn, hit. Just like so. It's an awesome move, and if you're struggling with this, there is a more in-depth tutorial which is found in the description. So now it's time for the first variation. How do we level up such an iconic move? Well, we're going to adapt the flick up. We're going to use the classic Yoga Venito flick up, where you plant your weak foot next to the ball. With your strong foot, you're going to roll over, flicking the ball up. Step 1 is to plant your standing leg, your weak foot, next to the ball in line with it. Step 2 is to roll with the sole of your foot the ball into your foot. Once you can do this flick up to hip height and straight, it's time to start applying it to the Akka 3000. We're going to walk up to the dead ball, we're going to plant our foot next to it, and we're actually, as we roll it, we're going to turn. I'm right-footed, I'm going to turn to my left. In doing so, it means as I do the flick up, we're actually going to have to turn early. This means that we're going to be rotating as the ball lands onto our calf, and then we're going to have to really quickly go from looking over our strong side shoulder to our weak side shoulder to make sure that we can make a perfect connection. So all nice and smooth, we're going to go flick up, turn, extend, just like that. Catch it if you want, or flick it over someone's head and score a goal in game. That'd be even more impressive. However, now for variation number 2, we're going to add an around the world. Let's get into it. Okay, now it's time for the second variation, and it's going to be the inside around the world Akka 3000. Step 1 for this trick is to learn the inside around the world. If you're trying to do the inside around the world Akka from flick up, we're gonna have to make sure that we're really getting under the ball to propel it up, okay? If you can do the inside around the world flick up, that's amazing. It's also time to get it down from kick-ups. From kick-ups, what I'd recommend is making sure that you set yourself with a higher touch so you can get in the right position, and then start the inside around the world. As you do so, make sure that you're bending at the knee and at the hip and generating the spin immediately. What we don't want is for you to kick it and then try and get around it. So now we can do the inside around the world from flick up and from kick ups. Just like so. It's now time to apply it to the Akka 3000. Now to get used to the revolution with the Akka 3000, what I recommend is taking the ball in your hands. We're gonna hold it in front of you, about chest height. We're gonna drop it, let it bounce. And in doing so, as it bounces, we're gonna step over it with our strong foot. And as it's rising, we're gonna let it land on our calf, extend, hit the Akka 3000. Should look a bit like this, boom, 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 just like so. Make sure you're doing the revolution early and planting your strong foot as soon as possible, because this will allow you to lift your calf and have it ready for the ball to land on without doing it too late. So with a bit of practice, when you remember all of these things, you'll definitely be able to hit the inside around the world Akka, but now we're gonna level it up even more with the Akka 6000. So now it's time to level up the Akka 3000 again. In the first variation, we changed the flick up. In the second, we merged it with the inside around the world. And now we're gonna do a combo of Akka 3000 straight into Akka 3000, making it the Akka 6000. To execute this trick, we're gonna start by doing the conventional Akka 3000. We're gonna start with the flick up, letting it hit our calves as we turn, and then we're gonna extend. As we extend, we're actually gonna lean back and point our toes. We're pointing our toes so that the ball goes directly up. We want to give it enough height when it's going up so that we can carry on turning in the same direction. If you're right-footed, you turn to your left. If you're left-footed, you turn to your right. And as we're turning, the ball comes back down. We're going to set our calf, control it on our calf. Make sure you're bending your standing leg. It's going to be very hard to hit this, and it might land on your heel and bounce off. So we're going to bend our standing leg, have the ball come back down, let it land on our calf, turn, boom, finish it. Akka 6000 completed, and I can guarantee this will impress all of your friends. So that is 3 insane Akka 3000 variations. However, I want you lot to create your own variations. Maybe you're gonna combine all 3 of today's into one. That would be next level. Or you're gonna start making something like the Akka 12000. It's definitely possible. It just takes some practice, and I know you lot can do it. So that is it for today's tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm Jack Down, aka Street Panna. It's been a pleasure being your host. I'm super excited to see you lot hit these Akka 3000 variations. Make sure you're tagging myself and Unisport in the videos so we can check them out. And of course, as per, if you've learned something, smash that like button. Comment down below what video you want to see next time. Subscribe for more, and don't forget, practice those skills. We can do the Ronaldinho inside around the world, Akka 6,000.